good morning. So allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Jennifer Vallespin. I am 27 years old and I will be your teacher for today. By the way, you can call me Mom Jen or Miss Jen. Okay, so what is your name? Cindy, what a beautiful name. So before we start, may I ask if you can see and hear me clearly? You can see and hear me clearly? That's great. So, Cindy, how are you today? That's great. So, may I ask, what are your hobbies? So, you love surfing the internet and watching movies. I love that too. So, what is your favorite movie? So, you love Pitch Perfect. Who's your favorite character? I love her too. So, you love Bella because of her personality and her voice. Okay, so Bella is one of the main characters together with Amy, Chloe, and Aubrey. Am I right? Okay, so moving on. Based from your previous lessons or from your previous readings, what is a protagonist character? Okay, that's great. So, protagonist characters, they are the main character in a story. They are usually the hero at the end of a story. How about antagonist characters? That's great, that's right. Very good. So, antagonists, they oppose the main characters. Their main purpose is to destroy and distract the heroic protagonist. So, do you have any questions regarding protagonist and antagonist characters? So if none, let us proceed to our lesson for today. Are you ready? Okay, so our lesson for today is all about static and dynamic characters. So before we start, may I ask what comes in your mind when you hear the word static? Okay, very good. So static, it means it is fixed, stable, steady, or unchanged. Very good. How about the word dynamic? Very good. So dynamic means it is characterized by a constant change or progress. So static characters, they are the characters that do not change over the course of a story, meaning to say static characters, they maintain the same personality, the same outlook throughout the entire story. While dynamic characters, they change over the course of a story. So again, static characters, they have many dimensions, but change is not one of them. So dynamic characters, they change or undergo change. Sometimes they change their personal outlook, their perspective throughout the entire course or by the end of the story. Usually, they learn a lesson. That is the reason why they change. So, can you give me an example of characters that portrays static and dynamic character? Okay, so yes, Cinderella. Cinderella is, yes, she is a dynamic character. Why? Yes, good, because Cinderella, she's still kind. Yes, from the beginning up until the end. So deep inside, she's still the same. Very good. How about a dynamic character? Okay, that's great. So Gru from the movie The Minions. So Gru is a dynamic character because, yes, from a villain set to destroy the world, he then became a loving father. Very good. So I have here different pictures of different characters from different stories or movies. You just have to tell me whether uh, a character is a dynamic or static character. Are you ready? Okay, so first one is Shrek. So is Shrek a dynamic or static character? Okay, so Shrek is a dynamic character. Very good. So next is, who is she? She is Cosette from the movie or the novel Les Miserables. Is Cosette a static or dynamic character? Okay, that's great. So Cosette is a static character. She remains kind all over the entire course of the story or novel. Next is Sherlock Holmes. Is Sherlock Holmes a static or dynamic character? Very good. He is a static character. Last is, who is he? He is Jean Valjean from the novel Les Miserables. Is Jean Valjean a static or dynamic character? Yes, he is a dynamic character. He was sent to prison, and then by the course of the plot or the story, he became a good man. He takes care of Cosette. Very good. So do you have any questions regarding static and dynamic characters? Okay, very good. So if none, uh, since we don't have time for your quiz and activity for today, let us do that and let us finish that to for our next meeting. So again, what do we mean by static characters? Okay, so static characters, they they do not change. They maintain the same outlook, personality, and perspective throughout the entire course of a story. So, static characters, they, yes, very good. They have many dimensions, but change is not one of them. How about dynamic characters? Very good. So dynamic character, they undergo change. Sometimes they learn a lesson by the end of a story. They change their personality, their perspective, or their outlook, yes, throughout the end of the story. So do you have any questions regarding static and dynamic characters? Okay, so if none, uh, that is all for today. By the way, next meeting, I will still give you more examples regarding the static and dynamic characters. Will that be great? Okay, so that is all for today. Thank you for your cooperation. Goodbye.